Yes! Here we go!
Before we jump into today's show topic, specifically KR, we have to talk about the Drake versus K. Dot beef, this, whatever you want to call it. I have to start with the
Massacre.
usual remarkable story I came across on Reddit. KR, you listen to the diss tracks between Drake and K. Dot. So I have a story that has something to do with what Kendrick is alleging. I'm going to show the
Ooh,
banner now, of course. Am I wrong to call out my girlfriend because she had work done? KR, of course, you know the.
yo, we are a mess. Well, what are we doing?
Yo,
What are
KR,
we doing?
so
Yo,
you
what?
know,
I'm gonna let you finish. I'm gonna let you finish.
so you know,
Please,
KR, as you
please.
know, the random Reddit story always has something to do with the main topic, right? And one
Yes,
thing that Kendrick is alleging is that Drake had some work done. So when I went and
yes.
found and found a Reddit story that has something to do with it. So I'm gonna read it now. And of course, I have to ask everyone that's listening to this show. Remember to let us know your opinion about this story as well. And hang on because we're gonna get to the K. Dot versus Drake beef in a bit. But I'll start with the Reddit now. And I quote: I've been with my girlfriend for about 4 years. When we first met, she was carefree about her appearance. She took care of herself but never made a big deal of it. In case anyone wonders why I'm even with this girl, I should also say she's usually a warm and interesting person. Extremely bright, Caucasian, and has great potential in a prestigious field. Even if too late, she has gotten complacent and hasn't been challenging herself. In the past couple of years, she has become more vain, to the point every few conversations are about how she looks or how she clothes or makeup, how her clothes or makeup are. She used to work in a field tan- uh, tangential, relating to probably plastic surgery, although not anymore. But we find ourselves talking about the subject a fair bit. About a year ago, I found out, without her knowing, that she had work done before we met. When I saw some pictures she posted on social media, she's, she's since them down. And it didn't really surprise me because she had teased me multiple times with questions like, if she had work done, do I think I'd be able to tell? Either way, it was before we met, and she'd always denied having had work done. So I didn't think it was my business to mention. As well as being concerned with her appearance, she has also always been critical of others. She wouldn't be able to look at a picture of a female celebrity without commenting on what she considered their flaws. The only people who escape her criticism are her sisters, who she's very open about also having work done. I always just brushed over it and neither agreed nor disagreed. Eventually, no, a couple of years ago though, she started commenting on my female friends too. You see, she's KR. She's There's a line and she's crossing it bit by bit. These aren't even people I meet anymore, but we'd see their holiday pictures on social media, and she'd make passive aggressive comments like, "Your friends aren't very pretty, are they?" Again, not wanting to stir the pot, I usually just shrug. I mentioned several times that they're my friends and not to be so critical because she's carried on passive aggressively. But she's carried on passive aggressively. This has gone on for a couple of years. And now, KR, for the climax. Eventually, when she criticized him, while also with the same breath talking about how she's more naturally beautiful, I told her I knew about her plastic surgery and not to be disingenuous. What did she do? She obviously wasn't expecting this, and we got into an argument about me bringing it up. She felt blindsided that I knew while I felt I needed to put my foot down on her being so critical. of everyone, including my friends. So, am I wrong for mentioning it when she has tried to hide it? Or is she wrong for criticizing my friends and not comparing them falsely to herself? KR, this has to do with the whole taboo thing, right? About plastic surgery. But uh,
What are
what do
we
you think?
doing? What are we doing? Well, you know what I would say. You already know what I would say.
I have no clue what you would say.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You have no clue. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. The, Kendrick, I'm gonna quote Kendrick. Kendrick said in 616 in LA.
Dear Adonis. No, I'm just kidding.
Dear Adonis, where you no, that's not Dear
That's not
Adonis.
one.
Dear
That's not
Adonis is
one.
the other one.
Yeah, that's not one.
That is the autopsy. Um,
Mhm.
that's what you tell the son after you do the autopsy, right? Tears
Yeah.
couldn't help him. He said in 616, "I'm sorry that I have a boring life. I love peace." What is this guy doing?
I
What?
think he had enough. That's what it seems like.
Yeah, but so the thing is this, right? He noticed this is the thing with a lot of guys. A lot of times they let things slide because, or maybe I'm a bit critical about certain things, but she already showed you in someone who's always criticizing others, their flaws, tells you that will tell you a lot about their own insecurities.
Yeah, they're very insecure.
Yes, they will. I mean, so that would tell you that she's insecure about herself, how
Yeah.
she looks, or how she used to look, maybe. Because one thing people always forget is when you change your appearance, guess what? That self-image you have for yourself, it's not gonna change. You know how you used to look. You might change
Yeah.
your outer side, but you won't change the inner side.
So yeah, yes and no. Because I think if you're, let's say, if you're insecure about your nose and you change your nose, then maybe you're not insecure about your nose anymore.
Do
But
you think? Do
let's,
you really think that?
I
Why do you
think,
think?
yeah,
Why do you think they kept on chipping off Michael? You're letting me go there. Why did
maybe
they?
KR. First of
Why did
all,
they keep
KR,
chipping off Michael's nose?
let's not act as if we know everything. Who knows? Maybe Michael
He couldn't
had
breathe anymore through his regular nose, right?
maybe Michael had a payment arrangement, and every time he made a payment, they did a part of the work.
No, but
Stop
once
what
people
pocket
start,
watching. May rest in peace. Of course, I'm talking about
well, I
the real
wish I
thing.
would. I wish I had his pockets. After their family is still fighting over the bag right now. Don't know if you heard that one, but
Yeah.
anyway, yeah. So he's
Would you
letting
have
stuff
brought it up
slide,
though? Would you
huh?
have brought it up though?
I would have broke break up already. What?
Yeah.
Why should I break? Yo, this is crazy, right? You clearly
Yeah.
see that she's going towards a certain. There is a pattern.
Yeah.
If the person, so I would. So this is what I would do. I
Run.
wouldn't call her out because calling her out is at a point there's no. You already passed that point. You put a warning out.
Yeah.
Like K Dot, he put a warning euphoria out. You put a warning out, and people, if they continue the same pattern, you gotta let people go.
Yeah.
He's trying to. Okay, he called her out. Let's say he called her out, and what now? He called her out without the ultimatum.
Maybe.
Do you
No, but
think
I
she's
mean,
gonna change? You can call her out. You okay? You're
she,
not. You're
she might change. It's called keeping people accountable.
people don't change. They just adapt.
The KR has
People
guys.
don't change their ways. They just adapt.
You have zero faith in humanity. You have zero faith in the goodness. of you, man.
No,
Let
I have faith in people. People who have shown that they have shown. I don't have faith in people that haven't shown anything.
yeah,
That
so we're not talking.
people are patterns. People are, it's just patterns.
Yeah, but we're not talking
When
about Jesus Christ, our Savior.
well,
Let's.
let's not go into Jesus territory. Jesus
Okay,
had a
I will.
pattern of doing good. Well,
Yes.
one of the books when he was small,
So,
I won't go there, but we know what he used to do. Those
uh,
books are hidden for a reason.
now I regret making the joke. Um,
You open the door, I'll
yeah.
walk through
So
it.
let's just check. So my thoughts on this is that it's obvious that the girlfriend is insecure. I don't know if
No,
I would have left, but I would have brought it up in a more subtle way. The thing is, he held it in, thinking that that was like the good thing to do, but he could have just mentioned it in a better setting instead of waiting until you're emotional to explode and discuss it. So that also plays a role. It's not just
you should have
it's not
called it
just
out when he was sorry, I'm interrupting. You should have called it out when she was uh, criticizing the celebrities.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
So just gonna go through some comments on Reddit and then we can move on. So very quickly, the question he posed was whether he was wrong. One person said, "No, your girlfriend's wrong, and being insecure it doesn't justify, and being insecure doesn't justify her actions." Another person says she sounds exhausting. It's not painting. You're not painting a flattering picture of this girl, other than perhaps she's hot. It's usually the hot one, right? Why are you even dating her? She sounds vapid, jealous, insecure, desperate, attention
Yes.
hungry, validation seeking, nasty, passive aggressive, and just overall ugly inside.
Yes.
Why would a person choose to associate themselves with her? So
Because they want to keep the um the cat for themselves. That's the reason.
and this is a comment. Last comment is probably something you post. You're not wrong. Honestly, if I was in your position, I would have left her after finding out about the plastic surgery, since she said she didn't have any. If she's going to lie about plastic surgery, what else is she lying about? Body
Drake.
count.
Oh, he had to
Guys,
go. Who cares about the body count?
yeah, who cares? Yeah.
I can calculate for you. I can tell you what the average body count would be per age.
That's not the point. It's not about what the body count is. It's about lying about a body count. So
Yes.
that's the thing.
Okay.
So the
Yeah.
thing that there's a difference between what the body count is. I do agree with you. But then the
Do you
second thing is
ever think
lying
a
about the
woman
body.
do you ever think the odds in general? I'm not talking about a select group of people. Do you think they would tell the truth about the body count? That's why you shouldn't ask it because they got
Guys, let us know in the comment section below. I'm not going to answer that question. Welcome to another edition of the Double Thought Show, where we discuss trending topics and try to explore uncommon lessons from commonplace situations. Today, we're going to be discussing mainly Kendrick and Drake. They've been going back and forth. A couple of tracks dropped. KR, a couple of tracks dropped within a very short period of time.
Jesus
So
Christ.
that's pretty interesting to see. But that's going to be the main topic. Of course, we have some other topics that we will discuss as well. Stay tuned for that one, and of course, remember to um, follow us on our socials, rate the show by pressing the like button, and don't forget as well to comment. Let us know your thoughts and opinions. Let's go to the first topic. Yes. So before we start with the topic again, guys. Remember to rate the show by pressing the like button, and we say this a lot, but you subscribing to our YouTube channel is very, very, very important, because it helps us grow the channel. Follow us on our socials as well. You can find us on IG. That's where we're more actively. You can find us on Facebook as well, but on IG we're more active. And subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. Stay tuned because we have some things coming up, but more on that later. KR.
Yes, we have a diss that we're gonna drop against Drake and Kendrick. We want to get our subscribers up. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Anyway, guys, RJ, do you remember when we started this year with one truth sayer going on a, I would say, rant, or was it, what was he
I
trying to
know I'm
provide?
coming. They know I'm coming.
For those who
They
don't
know
know,
I will be there.
yeah,
Cat Williams. Yeah, of course.
yeah,
I mean, the year started off hot.
the year started off. For those who don't remember, this is what Cat said when he did his interview at Shannon Sharp's Club Shay Shay.
To any of these entities because I can't be jealous. I've never seen them have
Fair use, by the way.
anything that I ever wanted. If you sign up for their program, you get a light skinned, weird face wife that never do an interview.
Oh, man,
Listen, in 20 years won't do an interview. Nobody's ever talked to her and that she's never been interviewed anywhere. And now, understand, I'm not talking about one person. What I just told you applies to 7 people. How they all end up with that. That's part of what you
Yes,
get.
that's part.
I came in this business saying I was going to expose. When I talked about Michael Jackson, when I talked about R. Kelly, they canceled me for these things because why would you talk about another black dude? Race is not where the line is drawn. It's God's side and the other side. And we don't care nothing about the other side. Period. Period. All of these big dick deviants is all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is, TG Jakes, any of them. All lies will be exposed. That's all.
All lies will be exposed. And that seems to be the theme in this Drake versus Kendrick beef.
2024, the year of
2024, the year of the
revelation.
truth.
Yeah.
We found out a lot of things this year. Diddy, the diddler, getting hammed up. Another big
Getting what?
hammed up. Um,
Uh,
getting caught up.
Well, it can be hammed up, but it's in more way than one. That's what I'm saying. If you're gonna say hammed up, I'm just saying pause. I'm just saying
Uh,
you can't just say
I
that.
would say pause. At this moment, I don't want
No
to say
diddy.
pause.
No diddy. You don't
No
have to.
Diddy. You
But
don't
I'm
have
saying if you're saying hammed up with Diddy, you need to be more specific. Because
okay.
I think he was getting hammed up before. But anyway.
Come on, man. Come on. Anyway. So we are here where people are getting exposed left and right.
Yeah.
We see Amanda Diva getting exposed yet again. Well, she's one open book at this point. There's no
Amanda
more
who?
to.
Amanda Diva.
Oh, they were
No.
wait. I know her as Amanda Diva. Some people know her as Amanda Seals.
Amanda Seals.
Back in the days. So I know her from back when she was doing poetry and rapping. But anyway, let's go back to Drake and Kendrick.
She was doing poets and rappers too.
Hmm? Who?
I said she was doing poets and rappers too. Why do you make me repeat this, man?
They hear you. Because they hear you.
Anyway,
I'm like, well, are you saying she was doing poetry or poopetry? Anyway,
come on, man.
anyway, we are here
Amanda,
at Drake versus Kendrick. Let's
yeah.
leave Amanda where she
Amanda,
is. Really, that's another
she has
show.
enough problem. Yeah, as it is. Yeah.
Let us know in the comments if you want to hear Amanda show. At this point, it's probably a bad story, but
Yeah.
well,
Please only answer no. If the answer isn't no, then don't. Just like the video and keep it pushing.
let's keep it pushing. Yeah, man. So it's all started when let's go back where it all started. The song like that. Future versus, well, not versus, with Young Metro Booming on
Mhm.
the album We Don't Trust You, which is an album that was targeted towards Drake. Because it seems like Drake isn't a likable person in the industry. People
Yeah.
don't like him. Has he changed? Maybe it is. I mean, a lot of people who used to collaborate with him are on the other side, either the God side, it seems.
Well, let's not rush to conclusion. What I will say is the following.
Well, according to Kendrick,
Yeah.
the other side. Well, okay.
Yeah, but it's a common theme. It's a common theme that the when you're rising, when you're going up the ranks, people root for you, and when you're at the top, people start to pray for your downfall. Ha- Drake has been at the top for a long while. He has great hits. He knows how to get people moving to beats, and he has a very catchy flow.
Yes, both
Maybe
men and women who listen to Drake like to pop, drop down and
we said pop, right? Not the previous word you used. So
pop the booty. I'm just kidding.
keep
Yo, by
going.
the way, I'm making all these jokes, but Drake was one of my top three artists last year. So
He has bangers, man. He
yes,
drops hits. So
bangers.
that's what he
Did.
does. Whether you like it or not, that's what he does. And
Well, he
uh,
like that.
but
Woo, woo.
it could also be that someone can become a diva. I always
Yes.
recall a friend of mine. A friend of mine. This could have been. This was probably about 12 years ago. A friend of
Mm.
mine. We were walking to the gym, and it was winter time. I remember, and we were talking about Drake, but this was like the old Drake, or the young Drake actually. And
The
he said,
non-trafficking Drake.
allegedly, you know what we said. Do you know what the guy said? The guy said, "I like Drake, but every time I listen to his songs, seems like he's dissing me. I'm sleeping with your girl. I can take your girl. I can pay you." So Drake's song, if you listen to it, it's always like dissing everyone else around him. It's pretty effed up way to look at it,
Well,
but
usually rappers do that, right? I'm richer than you. I have more chicks than you. I have
yeah,
a bigger D than you.
that
Pause.
means that there has been someone did some measuring, some matching, and comparisons. I'm just saying. But yeah,
Well,
they've been going at it.
we didn't know about Diddy, so maybe rappers
Mm,
also walk around with a measuring stick
maybe to
and
see if
keep
they can
track of everyone.
have they can get access to the free costs. Anyway,
I,
let's go to let's go to
I have a friend, Diddy. Can I come in? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Now, anyway,
oh man.
anyway, we are here. So it all started with the like that first, where Kendrick went in. Kendrick said there is no big three. There is only big me.
Me.
And then, by the way, on Friday, um, and this is the big D deviance. This is what Ken was talking about. On Friday, Drake drops the track Family Matters. He says, yes, there is no big three. There is only big D. And I have the video.
What the actual
Yes, I'm gonna share the screen because this is where we are right now. Give me a second.
it's really a D off.
Video, you know that there was like this allegedly. I haven't watched it, but there's supposed to be a video of Drake recording himself.
Yeah, I that it's like a story. It's a popular story. It was a popular story.
Yeah, earlier this year.
Yeah, yeah, and it was, but it wasn't confirmed, right? But it was like a big. It was at the beginning of the year.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's been confirmed or not. I haven't watched it, so I'm not a rapper. So I'm not. I'm not walking around with measuring sticks and to see to see who's bigger. So this is what he says. Let me zoom in. You're right.
You're right about F the big three. It's only big D, and there's video proof. And right after that, that's the thing about Drake, right? So Drake, KR, he has some very great hits, but the storyline aspect, I he finish if he finishes the line. There's only this big D, and I have the video, and then he says our sons should go to play at the park. Why would you bring your son right after that line? What?
Well, there's only one proof. Well, there's only one reason why he would do it, and Kendrick said it in the response in the response track.
We'll get to that in a bit. Yeah.
We'll get to that later. But hey, and then basically what happened is that people are choosing sides. People are choosing sides both on the they're choosing sides both on the media level and listeners.
Yeah.
We have seen people like Gilly saying Euphoria is corn on a cob.
Meaning it's weak.
Meaning it's weak. It's doesn't stand for nothing. Even though Euphoria, Euphoria did, if you listen to all the tracks back to back to back, and we listened to it just to prepare for the show, you can clearly hear the setup. It's more like if you listen to all of them, it seems like Kendrick is setting up every track, every previous track is setting up for the next one. It seems like he's doing an autopsy on Drake's personality. The
Yeah.
the people the Drake people know he's decomposing him, putting him in. He's well, anyway. Not gonna say where he's putting it in because then we might get. Anyway, continue, RJ.
Yeah. So what I think is that we need he's not only dissecting the situation more and more, but remember, KR, he attacked first. So
Ooh.
it could all Kendrick
Well, it depends
between
on how you look at it, because people are saying the first-person shooter track between Drake and
J. Cole.
J. Cole started it off
Okay.
because there were shots thrown his way.
Yeah. But the directness of your attack.
Yeah, more
You
direct
can you
attack.
can you can say something, but the director. And the
Yes.
thing about this is like strategy of war, right? The one that started the war had the chance to properly prepare, to think of strategies, to prepare for comebacks. How will we react, and so on and so forth. Not saying that Kendrick did that, but he
Putting the
had the
mold
he
in
had
Kobe
the
Hole.
put the mo puts money in the mole's hands and grease the palms of the mole and the
Man.
OVO. But I'm saying he could have so they had a chance to prepare.
Yeah.
When the shots started when they started firing the shots, everyone was saying, okay, how will J. Cole respond? How will Drake respond? Oh, Drake still needs to respond. Yeah, Rick Ross so but it's like then there's the anticipation that you need to respond, so you don't have as much time to think about how you will respond, because if he had responded like 6 weeks later, 3 months later, the story would have been unalived already.
Yeah.
So he did have
It
like that
almost
time.
happened, by the way.
Yeah, he did have that time pressure to, yeah, because people, I think, KR, if I really think that if Kendrick didn't reply, the story would have died down.
Drake would have won because
Yeah.
I mean you put in you started with like that, let's call it, if you say so. He starts it off with like that, he baits Drake basically with like that. Drake response, one track, no response. 2 weeks later, still no response. Almost 3 weeks
Yeah.
to almost, I think, 19 days or 17 days before Kendrick respond.
But other people did respond in the meantime.
Yes, you had
So it
Kanye, you
so
had, but it's not about them. It's not, even though, to
I
be
know it's
in
not
general,
yeah.
Rick is by far, so far, and up until these last two tracks of Kendrick, Rick Ross was trolling the hell out of Drake. He
Yeah.
was he was
Even at
really going.
even with a music video.
Yeah, he dropped the full music. Who does that?
Yeah.
A music video is called him BBL Drizzy. In hindsight, RJ. Yeah. BBL. He called him nose something because apparently he touched up his nose as well.
Okay.
BBL Drizzy. Anyway, in hindsight, RJ, do you think Jay, your boy, J. Cole, did the right thing by stepping aside and keeping keeping his mind at peace?
I
Because
think
it's
so.
almost early.
I think so. He made a mistake by replying in the first place. So
Mhm.
that was the only mistake he made. Because if you're gonna apologize 2 days later, don't don't.
What are you doing? What are we doing?
And I think if he would have let it go, no one would have made anything of it. But because he replied and then 2 days later apologized, people had something to say.
Yeah, it was frowned upon, yes.
But at the same time, J. Cole is out now. They're still mentioning his name in songs, but or referencing him
Yeah,
directly and or indirectly. But he's not really part of it. He's out.
he's
So
out.
he's free.
It's
But
for the
now,
better
like,
because if you look at how
what?
it's going now,
Yeah, because it's. Although I don't think that Kendrick has so much dirt on J. Cole as Drake. Because
mm, maybe.
J. Cole doesn't, I mean, looks can be deceiving, but J. Cole doesn't appear to be someone that would be that you can alleged to that he would be involved in the transportation of little
From
people.
A to B, from women from A to B,
Yeah. So across oceans. So that's a difference, right?
across states.
Yeah. So that's a difference. I think
Well, you can say that his jump shot is trash.
it,
Couldn't make it past 5 days in African Basketball Association.
yeah, he didn't.
Association.
He didn't. I thought he
I,
played like a full season.
he went pro in Africa, right?
Yeah, yeah. I didn't know that his career stopped that abruptly.
Well, I don't think he's still playing, right?
I don't think so either.
In Africa. J. Cool.
Come on, come on. Yeah,
Anyway, so yeah, let's go back. Let's go to the part where Kendrick didn't waste no time to respond. We open up Friday with a fire track, 616 in LA, where he basically, yeah, it's a continuation of what he did in Euphoria. Basically, talking about Drake having, yeah, problems being, surrounding himself with people that aren't part of his group, actually. He Kendrick referenced Raphael, 18th century painter. And all that other stuff. So it's I think that 616 song is very good. It was a good response. And then Drake ran up with Family Matters later that day with a full clip of the Good Kid, Mad City van being crushed. It's a good touch. It was a good
Yeah.
touch, and he had a couple of good shots, man. I cannot deny. I cannot deny. He had a couple of good shots at Kendrick. I think you said the one with him saying that Kendrick can only, how was it? He was fighting back because his girl is bigger than him or something like that.
Yeah. He said maybe the reason why you um, fought with your girl was because you were doing it in self-defense because she's bigger than you.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah,
I'm
when
butchering,
you
I'm
put your
butchering
hands
it, of
on your
course.
girl, it's self defense because she's bigger than you.
Yeah.
He had a couple of good shots, but I'm not gonna deny. And the beat is
But
catchy. It's good.
which
It's
one
good
are you
for
referring to right
the
now?
booty popping.
Which one are you referring to?
Family Matters
Yeah,
by
yeah.
Drake.
So what I liked about Family Matters was it had like three segments, right? Three segments. The first one was more playful, and then it became more direct, and
Yeah,
then he started really dissing. The first one was like a typical beat, Drake beat. So it's like a catchy dancing. You can vibe to it in a club. But then he said, "Okay, now uh, all jokes
now we're
aside,
gonna
we."
put the sexy red one.
Yeah, and then he went more serious. Yeah, it seems like a more serious diss. And
Yeah,
then the third segment was also like a serious part. Yeah,
he on the third. I think it was the third where he started also talking about other people, right? Yeah, he on the third he talked about Rick as well, Ozempic stuff. The Ozempic got
yeah,
side effects and all that stuff.
yeah.
But yeah, he went back and again and talked as well about Kendrick. And then, so to everyone's surprise, people thought Drake would have the weekend. 30 people didn't have even chance to dissect
Yeah.
Drake's track.
Yeah.
It was as if it was planned. I think in the 616 track, Kendrick said, or was it Euphoria? Kendrick said, "Who said that OVO isn't working for me?" And it seems like OVO is working for him because when Drake thought he had the drop on Kendrick, Kendrick was just waiting for him with even harder shots,
Yeah.
addressing Adonis, addressing Mama Drake,
That was crazy.
addressing maybe a daughter,
Yeah,
addressing Drake himself.
he
And
seemed to
so
insinuate that he has a daughter, an older daughter. So the daughter
no, never.
is older than Adonis. Yeah.
Drake said it. He responded right away. But well, there were a lot of other allegations as well, right? Having to do with having offenders on his team.
Yeah.
Um,
As
um,
offenders and
what did
trafficking,
you say? What did you say?
the letter S offenders.
Okay. What did you say? Oh man! Not only that, so he said an offender. He said he
The plastic
sexualizes
surgery.
sexualizes women, black women. Um, Um, yeah, the third that track is crazy, dude. The things he was saying on that track, and the funny thing is that if you think about it, um, he's even referencing Cat Williams, by the way. He said, "Cat said, get you the truth, and I'ma get mines. The embassy is about to get raided too. It's only a matter of time." It's crazy, man. It's crazy. What do you expect next? What's next for this beef? Well, it's not a beef. It's more like a lyrical s- sport exhibition. Because
Yeah.
these guys, Drake didn't say he has any hatred towards Drake. It's more like a lyrical thing right here.
Yeah. Well, what's next? I think that I don't know if they're probably gonna drop more music. What I think is the following: they're talking about each other's family right now. It wouldn't surprise me if this was all coordinated from the beginning because this is the rap industry. Up to a couple of months ago, female rappers seem to be more popping in the news than male rappers because they were beefing and maybe they thought, oh, we can do it and we can do it better. And so they started the beef. It wouldn't surprise me. It also and the reason why I say it as well is because Kendrick dropped a response within 30 minutes. So you're
Yeah.
saying that your theory is that it's because Kendrick has like a mole or a connection in the OVO. No, well, Kendrick has a connection in the OVO. Drake has a mole in the OVO. So it's
Yeah.
the same people, two different roles depending on the aspect. But it wouldn't another uh, explanation is that they're all working together to create some to bring some energy and tension and relevance to the rap industry because I hate to say it, but it's not what it used to be.
Yeah, I'll be honest. The
Everything everything sounds the same. And so
last 12
now
months
they're
have been hard on hip hop, man.
yeah. And look who's
Well,
bringing
mainstream hip hop then.
yeah. And I don't want to use the word bringing it back because you have younger artists, they have different style, etc., etc. But who's reviving the genre right now? The last group of rappers, I think you can call them like the old school rap. They're not they're like the generation before the current one. They're
Yeah.
trying to bring it back. And maybe bringing it back isn't the right word. Maybe what they're doing is bringing back the older generation that used to listen more to hip hop and could relate to the industry. Because I think a lot of people from the older generation can't relate with the new one.
Mm. Oh,
And Rick
oh,
Ross is in it. So everyone that I think the problem is DJ Khaled because they all work with him and he needs to call everyone and say, guys, let's not hate. Let's make another one. That's why are
Your theory might be right. I don't think it is, though. I don't think it is.
you know
Think at this point, well, every generation, what you see in hip hop, every generation's top dogs at a certain point go at each other. You had that in the 90s. You had uh, Drake, Drake, Jay Z versus Nas. I mean I mean both won, by the way, because after that they both the popularity skyrocketed. After that, um, but at that time they both said some disrespectful stuff at each other. By the way, things that was being said back then you can't say these days. So
no.
that's a big difference between the beefs.
What was considered a diss back then
Oh, you got
is now
cancelled.
considered some kind of phobia. So
Yo, the whole ether has a lot of references. of phobia references.
Yeah.
So the times has changed, but what you see is that every generations, at a certain point, the top dogs have to fight it out to see
Mhm.
who's the top dog in the generation. Because at the end of the day, hip hop is not only about the sales. You might be the biggest. If you go by sales in the 90s, do you know who would be the top dog?
Who?
MC Hammer.
MC Hammer.
He had the biggest sales in the early 90s. Can Touch This was a huge track. He blew 60 million. That's why JC said MC Hammer can't advise me. Like he blew 60 million, something like that. But at a
Right.
certain point, you have to fight it out lyrically to set the to set who's the top dog. Not based on sales, but based on lyrical capabilities. That's what hip hop is about, and that aspect I do agree with you on that. Where you have you're bringing back the lyrical aspect of hip hop right here, because both
Yeah.
of them are Kendrick a little bit more obviously, because what he's been creating is more like paintings rather than diss tracks. Um, I mean Drake is also quite
What do you mean by that?
lyrical, but it's art. There's an art aspect to how he put it all together. He's painting pictures. He's painting every song is a picture. You can clearly see what he's talking about in every track. If you listen to Drake, he's talking about stuff we haven't seen. But if you listen to Kendrick, we've all have seen Drake's abs. We've all have seen Drake's nose. We have all have heard about, well, we've all heard the reference tracks used by Drake. We've all have seen certain stuff. So it's all things that we can see and relate to. And we can say, oh yeah, that's when it happened. And with Drake saying you knocked out your chick, I haven't seen that. One thing we haven't seen is the daughter. Maybe that's the final. That's gonna be the KO. Maybe in the third. Maybe in the next this track, we'll get the daughter with a verse. Miss Westy is gonna test me. Anyway, hey man. Yo, at the end of the day, I do think that this is for the better for the genre. It's exciting. A lot of one thing you can say is hip hop hasn't had this level of excitement in a very long time.
That's true.
In a very long
That's
time. Let's
definitely
hope,
that's
and
no.
you can
Continue.
close it
Finish
out.
your thought.
Yeah. Finish your thought. And we can close it out.
Yeah. So it is true. I have to say, Kiara, as you know, I grew up with hip hop and rap. Haven't been following the new generation because it just doesn't appeal. I can relate to it. I think that's the best way to say it. Music, there's a type of music and a type of genre and types of topics for everyone. What is currently mainstream music is not really relatable to me, especially Kiara, because it seems as though in certain aspects things have stayed the same. So what I liked about following artists like Jay, Nas, Cole, Kendrick, Drake, Eminem is I saw them on a. I did that just for the clickbait. I the best rappers, the best for the culture. So what I like about them is that for me, I saw them grow and develop in their music, in their various phases, stages in life. I've seen them evolve, mature, and now looking back at a youngling, it's like having to go through it all over again because I know that the rapper, the 21-year-old rapper that's singing about
The ops.
illegal things and ops and things. If that person is still alive 50 years later, he probably won't be rapping about those things. He'd be rapping about other things. Remember Ti? Oh,
Rapping.
Ti.
You probably be driving Uber. But okay.
Yeah. But remember, I'm talking about wrapping, the plastic around the license
Okay.
plates.
I think they
Remember,
don't work at McDonald's anymore because by then there will be only robots
there will
serving
be
you.
no McDonald's. So remember the I lost it. Wait. I
Kid
talked
Cudi?
about no, I talked about I forgot what I was about to say. Wrapping. I forgot I was on a roll. But in any case, I think that the really forgot. The genre has been alive, has been reawakened, and older people, the previous generation, is also tuning in more and more and more. And I think it's only good. The only thing I hope is that it doesn't end or it doesn't turn into violence like it used to do in the past. I mean, you hear
Mm.
stories about the famous Pac going to confront Nas in a park in New York, not even knowing that Pac is, or at least that Nas is surrounded
By
with muscle.
go legit dudes.
And
That's
Snoop
what
was there.
that's gonna tell
Snoop
you
was the,
about Pac's
yeah,
environment.
yeah, yeah,
Pac
yeah,
wasn't from that
yeah.
environment.
Yeah.
Pac was
Snoop is
Pac was the
Snoop.
original Drake.
Pac
Let's
was
go
the,
there.
yeah, maybe, yeah.
Let's go there.
Mm. Are you saying?
An
No, never
actor.
mind. Yeah,
An
because he wasn't about it. Like
He wasn't
he,
about. He wasn't.
he wasn't
He
about
came
it.
from. He came from art school and became a
Yeah,
rapper. And then suddenly he's a gangster. Who starts gangbanging in their 20s? Drake. Uh,
Ja,
who?
Ja
Well,
Morant.
Morant. He's a basketball player. They usually don't pop basketball players that play in the NBA unless they're in
Yeah,
the hood doing dumb
yeah,
stuff. Well, he's close then. He's
I
not in
guess
the
so.
hood. He's in the suburbs.
Yeah,
Anyways.
he's in the different kind of hood, the neighborhood. I
Hey, let's
think
talk about the neighborhood, by the way.
let's talk about it. Yeah,
The
we're
second
gonna
opera
talk.
of the day.
Yeah, Cesar Pina attempting to secure a plea deal. Hey, if you're trying to secure a plea deal, that means you claim to have some bargaining chips. So
Who is he snitching on?
who is he
Is his
snitching
name?
on?
Is this name? Does his name starts with DJ and ends with Envy?
I hope not. Hey, before we start or continue at least with the topic, remember to rate the show by pressing the like button, follow us on our socials, and subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit that notification bell. Guys, let us know your thoughts about this story. Cesar Pina reportedly attempting to secure a plea deal. KR?
Yes. So the story goes is that the story is that he's in a plea negotiations. These are currently in progress. Both the United States and the defendant desired additional time to negotiate a plea agreement, which would render grand jury proceedings and a trial in this matter unnecessary. So he's gonna plea. Is he gonna take someone with him as a bunkie?
Yeah.
RJ.
I don't know. So that's
You don't know what a
what we need.
bunkie is? It's someone who sleeps with you in the same cell.
That wasn't what I didn't know.
Okay.
But I it can be that he's giving up someone. It could also be that he has information about, for example, money that was lost. And by cooperating, he makes the investigation easier. That's also a possibility. So it could be that he's saying, because remember, he went live one time and
This
said, "You
dumb
guys
man.
aren't when when we was He was
Oh,
saying, "Yo, shout out to my barber." I bet he even
yeah,
dropped his
that's
name.
crazy.
I
That's
bet the
crazy.
barber didn't want his name to be associated
Both
with
him,
him.
by the way, he went live and 2 or 3 times. One also with his brother. Yo, it's crazy.
Yeah. So it could be that he agreed that he could tell them where a part of the money is, so that some people get paid. So if he can
Okay.
make the money reappear, then maybe they can cut him some slack. You know what I'm saying? So who knows what the deal is? I don't see. I mean, of course, the first thing people first thought that comes to mind is DJ Envy being
Give
sacrificed.
him the bigger fish.
But the question is DJ Envy the bigger fish? In I mean, reputational wise, yes, but not in this scheme. In this scheme, Cesar is the biggest fish.
Hey man, you know how people they all say there is no honor amongst thieves. Not saying that DJ Envy is a thief, but he's been associated with one. So if they can pull you down, well, maybe he will. Maybe he will. You're laughing. I'm not saying he's a thief. He's been associated with one.
Yeah, that's true.
If this is a plea deal, if it's a plea deal, you're saying that I plead guilty. I guess he's pleading guilty to something. It won't be eating McDonald's nonstop. Well, we all know that.
Yeah. Well, it's just a matter of waiting to see what will happen. Again, Envy, we talked about this last time. I think we disagreed. You think that Envy is so the only thing I think that um they can use to get to Envy, if this is true, because one of the claims is the payola one, because that's a clear violation. But if it was only saying, "Hey, I had," because now Envy is saying, "I had that person on a seminar. We did organize certain things together, but he has his own business. I don't get any money of it, any profit, etc." Then I
Really?
think, and I think then Envy would be in a better position. But if Envy is associated with the company in any way, shape, or form,
Did he really say
then
that? That he
what?
didn't get any money?
So he's saying that. So the way he talked about it, he was saying that, for example, for example, the seminars,
Hmm.
and of course, he would get money from the seminar.
But for nothing else. No.
The way he's posing it,
Okay.
it's either that or maybe or investment that he made that he got some return on. But he also said that he lost money with Caesar. Yeah.
Mm.
But I'm talking about whether he has equity in the company. If he has equity in the company,
I
then
don't think he has.
yeah,
He's not that smart.
yeah.
Hey,
Why
hey,
why
hey.
do you make jokes?
Yo, let's be honest. This is the whole thing. Come on, man. Hey, if you do your due diligence, I'll say this, and that's what I said back then. If you're
Mm,
trying to partner up with people in financial products, you have to do
yeah.
your due diligence. You cannot endorse anyone out here. We've seen a bunch of guys. I think we did a show last week about Jay Morrison. He was endorsed by one of the big guys in in the black sphere, YouTube sphere, Dr. Boyce Watkins. What?
I'm
He's a
just
big guy. Well, not that way. He's not a big guy that way. No, come on, man. Come on. He's a big anyway.
just
Uh,
thought.
but Jay Morrison was misusing the money. He was charging. Imagine this: you charge management fee without buying only one place. You're
Yeah,
charging yearly management fees without
yeah,
managing anything.
yeah. So they're saying that he used. So they're saying that he used the company, the fund, to raise money, and then he would pay himself a management fee. But the people who invested with the fund never got their money, never saw their money. And I really went back to check his wife, because as I
Mm-hmm.
told you, I was
Yeah,
surprised to
she's
see
part of that.
that's her wife. She's on Country Wayne. And I remember her saying, and I'm gonna repeat it, and I'm gonna keep repeating it. That's why, KR, you always need to do. You need to watch out who you're listening to, because she
Yes,
was saying,
always.
yeah, my husband takes care of me and takes care of our family. Thank God I have a good husband, and so on and so forth. Yeah, maybe he's a good husband. That doesn't mean he's a good man. A famous person once said, Martin Luther King wasn't a good man because he cheated.
Oh, thank God you didn't use my quote. Thank God you didn't use my quote.
No, no, I'm not gonna say it.
You
No,
was gonna
not
use
yet.
my quote.
I'm not gonna use
No.
it yet. No, no. B. Simone said it once. B. Simone said Martin Luther King wasn't a good man because he cheated on his wife. And if he was a good man, then he wouldn't have cheated on his wife, because apparently you can do that. So in this case, if we're gonna use the same rule, let's apply the same rule to this situation. If your husband defrauded people or stole money from people, which is basically what is being said and alleged by multiple people, and it's only getting worse and worse,
Yep.
then you need to accept that you're not married to a good person. Maybe he's a good husband, maybe he's a good father, but
Maybe it's a good trick.
maybe he's a good trick, but he's not a good person. Don't blame me. You need to talk to B. Simone, because that's what she said. That's what she said, KR. That's what she said. I
Oh
don't get the
man.
joke.
By the way, their podcast went kaboom after that. Anyway.
No, but now she has one. She has a new
And
one.
yeah, she has a new one. Then disrespected the person she was talking with about MLK. So I
Yeah.
guess friends or industry friends is something different.
I mean,
Can
yeah.
be
Say what you want
family
about B.
friends.
Simone. I mean,
Like,
she's a hustler. She's a hustler. She's making paper. That doesn't mean you need to agree with
well,
everything she says.
well,
But
well, can deny. People used to say Jay Morrison was making paper as well. So
they,
I'm not saying anything.
yo,
I'm not saying anything. I'm not saying
KR,
anything.
they,
We cannot say when someone is
they
making
are,
paper that they are.
yeah. They probably meant that he was making paper like the federal bank does. He was
Hey,
bringing
yo,
money into
hey,
circulation.
let's see what
That's a
Caesar will
joke, by
do.
the
And
way.
maybe you'll snitch on someone. We'll have a fun shows to talk about. Maybe we'll see him in cuffs. Give us free. Let's go to the next.
It's not Arabic, man.
No, no, you know that that's Amistad. Do you know that
I mean,
movie?
no, I don't know.
Amistad is one of the movies about. Uh, By the way,
Come on. Yeah, okay, tell
by
me.
the way, let's. It's about slavery. The movie about Amistad. That line from Drake about you rap, you rap like you rap like you're trying to get slaves free. What are we doing?
What did he say?
The-
Oh
i-
yeah,
i-
yeah, 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 yeah.
what are we doing?
As
What
if
is trying to get slaves free a bad thing?
yeah.
Well, unless you are, I'm not gonna play it. Last time you warned me about playing that audio.
I mean, there are moments that you can play it, and when it's too obvious, you can't.
Well, that's what you get when you have two sides, right? According
Yeah, it's
to Drake.
conflict.
Well, you have one day is
You
might be
have
one,
there are two
another day
sides. You have the black side and you have the other side. That's how
One day
Kevin.
he will be whipped. The next day he's the whipper. Let's go. Let's go to the short thoughts. Closing out this.
On a low note.
That was disgusting. What I said. That's crazy. Let's go to the. One day he's the. Oh my god. Oh man. Hey,
Because
let's go back.
Kendrick does.
Short
Yeah,
thoughts.
let's just say, yeah, okay.
Let's close it out. Yeah, let's close out today's show with the usual short thought topics where we basically discuss short topics and give short responses on commonplace situations and trending news. RJ,
Yes, that's my name.
remember
What?
to subscribe, rate the show, and of course, follow us on all socials. And of course, let us know in the comments what you think about these topics. First off, law firms drops out of Dolton case as our mayor. We've been talking about her for a long time. Tiffany Henyard, as her suits are piling up, a law firm representing her has decided to stop defending her in court. When they asked them why, it's because there ain't no money no more. RJ,
Hey man, who was he paying? Or this apologies. With whose money was she paying the lawyer? Because it's been alleged, or it's being alleged, that she's using money of the people to pay for everything. So it's
yes,
probably
it is.
money. And we know that Dalton is, I think, is over the
Over
budget.
the budget, 2 million already.
So hey, now if Tiffany, I was gonna say Haddish, but it's Henyard. It's like um Tiffany Haddish, then she probably doesn't have money to pay. I think that the money thing is the easy thing to say. On the other hand, you don't want to be associated with a woman like that either, with a reputation like that either. Because when you get in front of the judge and all evidence is pointed against your client,
Yeah, lawyers don't like to lose, right?
lawyers don't like to lose. Now, I don't know if I have to say it, but I will. Some lawyers have a philosophy. The
A
philosophy
crash hit
is
philosophy.
that when the case is won, they won the case. If the
Mm.
case is lost, the client lost the case.
Well,
Or
to be honest,
or the judge lost the case or made them
uh,
lose the case because the judge was wrong. It's never the lawyer. Yeah.
never the lawyer. At the end of the day, I don't think lawyers actually never they can't lose because they're getting paid to lose.
Well, in this case, they're not getting paid apparently.
Well, in
But
this case, they weren't getting paid. Yeah, that is right. That is right. So I guess in
but
this case,
I'll tell you one thing, KR, about so me as a lawyer, I don't like. There are lawyers that can go with a losing case to court, plea, walk out as if nothing happened.
mm,
I'm not one of those lawyers. So if my client has like a bad legal position and I still have to go to court, it's not like a situation you want to be in. Because I feel like I can. It doesn't feel right that to get money to receive money from my client while knowing that the client has a bad case. But if the client knows that, if I told the client and the client wants me to go anyway, it's like I don't. So I take the money. Of course, I'm going to charge. I'm not going to refuse the money, but it's still for maybe it's an ego thing, but you don't want to go to court and lose. But some lawyers don't have that. They're like, you pay me, I'll go. You want to spend money, then I'll go. No problem. That's just me.
Anything
KR,
else you want to say towards other
yeah.
lawyers?
It's not
Legal
towards other
things?
lawyers. It's just like a remark. It's just like a remark. For example, another thing is that because I understand some clients want to go to court. Some clients don't believe you. They want to go to court. They say, you know what? For example, if you're in a negotiation, uh, I'm negotiating with you. You and I have beef. Some people say, you know what? I'd rather go to court, let the judge tell me I need to pay KR, than try to reach an agreement. So you have that as well. That's all for now.
Okay, I'm gonna cut that part and put the ether beat below it and drop it as a clip. Guys, watch that out. And I'm not talking. That's why I wanted to bait him into saying some crazier stuff about all other lawyers, but I guess he doesn't want to
Those are my
bite on
colleagues,
the
man.
bait.
Those are my colleagues. Those are my colleagues.
Well, not for long, guys. Start donating to the Double Thought Show, and then he's not their colleagues anymore. Anyway, next topic. I don't know if you saw it. Answering the viral question: man or beer? Have you seen that?
No,
you
but I'm
haven't.
guessing it's like if a man and a bear have to fight or something.
No. I've been watching. I'm gonna go back. I've been watching bear videos the whole week, trying to
Okay.
figure out why people would say the following. Fair use. Shout out to Screenshot.
Be
Oh,
stuck in a forest with a man or bear?
Man is scary.
With a bear.
What I've heard about bears, they don't always attack you, right? Unless you like fuck with them. So maybe a bear.
Depends what man, but probably a bear.
Oh, 100% a bear, which is like terrifying to say, but
Definitely a bear. Some men are very scary out there.
a bear.
I was trying to figure out what is it that people see in bears that I was watching. I'll show you a couple of videos I've been trying to analyze to understand this way of thinking. Fair use, by the way. Look at these horses. We're talking about wild horses. RJ.
Yeah.
On pace, my brother. Do you imagine this? Look at the pace. Look at the yo, my man. I have another one. Let me check this one out. I was trying to figure out why would people choose a bear above man. Look at this. Look at the pace. At this point, I don't know what this guy had on him, but the bear decides to go left. It wasn't hungry that day. Here's another one. I'm gonna show you. This is a crazy one as well. Fair use, by the way. You see these guys? The caribou is
caribou. It's
trying to get away.
That bear.
Let's see if it
And look at
long term though.
look at this. You see the distance, right? Between the two. There's
I'm not
nothing
gonna get it,
yet.
I'm just gonna
They
watch
still
it.
have to go zoom out a little bit more.
Because I don't have my scope. Do you think it'll go through the river?
It's heading for the caribou. I'll skip some parts.
Oh,
Look at how
that's so
fast it's
cool.
going, by the
you
way.
hitting it?
Yeah.
Should I go scope? Try to get him for a minute at least. See the one above? The one
Yeah.
above is the one I probably saw. See how much darker it is?
Yeah.
Anyway, RJ, I'm not gonna do any promotion for anyone else, but myself.
Bears are one of the deadliest animals
I don't know why people would choose
on
bear
the,
above
on
a
the,
man.
on the face of this on the face of this planet. They can run like 35 miles per hour, approximately like 50 kilometers per hour. They can outrun you as a
They
human
can.
being. They
Yep.
can climb, they can climb trees.
Yes.
So
Yes.
so it's just to me the propaganda talking. So they're just spewing propaganda or regurgitating what they heard about man being wrong. Listen, a bear, you're gone with a bear. Maybe the bear won't eat you today, but when the bear is hungry in 2 days, it can run fast enough to catch up and eat you. So
You
the
saw
bear doesn't need.
the horses. That's why I showed the horses on
Yeah,
pace.
it's
On
it's
pace.
people it's people who live in this world. I mean, there's a propaganda, and the sad thing is, as soon as they hear man, it's like, oh, this is men are so terrible. Men are so terrible. It's a. I don't think they value man, and I don't think they realize what they're talking about. Maybe they're saying they'd rather uh, be unalive than be with a man. That's also possible.
Yes, but
But
the crazy thing is, you know what bears do? Just
what
like
bears do?
any other predator, they eat you while you're still alive. They don't kill you first.
Yeah,
So
that's
that's a
crazy.
happy end.
Yeah.
But the bigger question should be, would you expect? Maybe the follow up question they should ask is, do you expect when you're being chased by a bear for a random man to help you? Hey,
I
man.
wouldn't. I wouldn't.
Yo,
I mean,
the,
I
the,
mean,
the, the thought alone, dude. I'll tell you. I was watching these interviews, and this is something that people have been asking each other. They're asking their spouses, "Would you rather?" There was a woman where she said, "Would you rather?" Um, their daughter, so the daughter's like 13. Would you rather have your daughter in the woods with a bear or with a random man? Odds are, but this is like odd. This is where men think in odds and more technical terms, less emotional. Majority of the men don't are not predators. If you think about it, majority aren't. Actually, it's the opposite. Majority are suckers. I'll give you an example. Tyrese. No, I'm just kidding. I had to go there, but majority of men are not
well,
predators.
okay. Let me say this, Care. I'll say this. If the question was posed to me, whether I want my son to be in the woods alone with a bear or a woman, I would say a woman. If the question is whether I'd want my
No.
son to
That's
be in the
foul.
woods
That's where you're
alone
going. I already know where you're going.
with a school teacher,
Oh,
my answer is
oh,
hell no. I
oh.
mean,
School
every
teacher.
other day a story is breaking out. It's
Yeah.
you know, like people, you know, like people are saying in California and New York, we need more police. I think some people are saying we need more patriarchy, but yeah, this any case.
Oh, I thought another thing. I thought you would say I would rather have the kid with a woman in the woods because the the son can possibly outrun her when the bears chasing them. I thought you were going there, but I guess it's me
It's
again.
not.
It's
No,
me.
it's not. It's
It's
not.
me.
That's a
It's
reason
me.
why they. It's because of comments like that, KR, that women prefer being in the woods with a bear than with a man. Hey, man.
Yeah. What?
Hey. With that being said, guys, many thanks for those of you who've made it this far. Thanks for watching and listening. Whatever your thoughts are, please let us know in the comment section below. Remember to rate the show by pressing the like button, follow us on our socials, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And of course, hit that notification bell. Let's have a healthy conversation in the comment section, and we'll see each other in the next one. Until next time.
Please. Can't say nigga no more. No more. No more.
Dear Adonis.
You're Adonis. Yo, the guy killed him with that one.
Oh,
Yo,
man.
oh man, this is crazy.